Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't be nervous, don't get scared. I know I do have a naked face right now, but there's a good reason for it. Today's video we are going to be reviewing the new bareMinerals barePro liquid foundation, and we're gonna do a wear test. But before I get started, I would love for you guys to hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to it so that way you can get notifications whenever I upload new videos, which I do a lot of beauty reviews and tutorials. So check out those past videos, they are there for you guys. bareMinerals came out with a new liquid foundation, and this is the barePro liquid foundation, and I got the shade Toffee. I got the shade Sandstone at first, and that was way too light for my skin, so hopefully this one actually works. But this claims to be oil-free, non-comedogenic, hypoallergenic, and dermatologist tested. And this also has a flawless medium to full coverage that lasts all day, creamy blendable texture for luxurious comfort, and stay true mineral pigments designed for all skin tones. So let me just give you a background on what my skin tone is. My skin type is dry, especially on this area over here. It's very dry, so it's very hard for me to find a foundation that really works for me. The one thing that I look for in a foundation is a little bit of that moisture that it gives me, so that way I don't dry out throughout the day. Sometimes when I wear mostly matte foundations, I do dry up on these sides of my face, and it kind of sucks because I work long hours and I need a foundation that stays all day without flaking, without budging, without transferring on my clothes, and that will be the perfect day or the perfect foundation once I find that foundation. So this is what the packaging looks like. It kind of reminds me of the MAC Pro foundation, but it has a little pump that looks like that. So I do like the pumps better than I like those little serumy type transfer thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? These type of things. This drops right here. I don't like those because I don't know, I just don't like opening and closing bottles for some reason. Like, I feel like everything is gonna get in there, like all the germs and stuff is gonna get in there, and I'm gonna grow some type of something on my face. But alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna apply half of the barePro on my face using a beauty blender, and the other half I am going to use a foundation brush, and I'm using the Morphe 439 brush for this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the beauty blender. Ooh, this is yellow. Ooh. So the consistency is a little runny, as you can see. And it's super yellow. I don't know, hopefully this one, oh, a little too yellow, but we'll see. Hey, no, no, hey, no. Alright, so that's the application on this side, and for some reason it's way too yellow. I don't know if it's gonna adjust to my skin, but I'm not sure. So that's what the coverage is, and I'm gonna put another coverage, another drop, just a small one. I didn't put any primer or anything, so just so you guys know, this is true to what it claims to be. So the initial part that I see here is that it covered up a lot of my red spots underneath my nose, which is really good, and my dark circles as well. So that's the one thing that I see. The feel of this is very smooth. It's not a sticky finish, which I like. And then I'm gonna finish this other side with a brush. finish of the foundation, applying it with a buffer brush or with a kabuki brush. And I can see right off the bat that this one has a much more coverage than the Beauty Blender. And also it covered up my redness underneath my nose, which is really, really good. No flakes or anything. It's not catching on to the dry patches of my face so far. And it looks really, really good. You can tell that my dark circles were covered a little bit, but not perfectly covered, so you can still see a little bit of that peeking through. And you can also see my beauty marks everywhere. It's still peeking through, so it's like skin but better. So it's really evening out my skin, which I really, really like. But I can tell you right now that I like the finish of the Beauty Blender a little bit better than I like the finish of the buffing brush. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so here it is with my makeup finish, and I took a picture with my flash on, and I can tell you right now, I'm happy to report that there is no flashback with this foundation, which I am very, very pleased with. Also, the pores under here, it did make it seem like it's a little bit smaller than how it is, and as you can see, it looks absolutely flawless and beautiful. Not even with my lights going on right now, but just like in general, like looking at myself right now, my skin looks flawless. So, and it's not sticky when it sets on your face. You know how like some foundation, the thicker they are, the stickier they are when you feel them on your face. It's not like that. So I will check back with you guys in a little bit. It is now, where's my cell phone? It is now 8:23 in the AM, so I will go to work and I will check back with you during lunchtime. I will let you know how this foundation is holding up so far. Alright guys, so it is now 12:30, and as you can see, the foundation is holding up really well. The only minor things that I could say right now is that the foundation oxidized a little bit, so if you can see it, my neck and my face are two different tones right now, and my face is a little bit darker than my neck. Also, another thing is that my fine lines were more pronounced, my smiley lines, and a little bit of the textures around the nose area is more pronounced. But other than that, everything else is holding up. My cheek area, my blush is holding up really nicely, the highlight, and everything in between so far is so good. Keep in mind that I didn't put any primer before I applied the foundation earlier today, so that could be the reason why I do have some fine lines going on. But the concealer is holding up really nicely also, so I'm happy to report that everything is going well so far. And I will check back with you guys in a little bit once I get home from work. Alright guys, so it is now 4:37 p.m. and I just got home. Around on my cheek area, you can still see my blush, and my highlight is still on fleek. Around my nose, where my broken capillaries are, the foundation stayed really nicely. Usually around this time, there's no more foundation around there because I do touch my face a lot. I don't know why, I just do. It's like a habit for me. And then my pores are a little bit more accentuated. And again, I just wanted to remind you that I didn't put any primer before I applied this on my face earlier, so I'm still very impressed by the way this is holding up because there is no primer underneath this and it's still performing really nice. I mean, one thing that I would point out is that in the middle of my nose, you can see it right here, there is a big patchiness going on. It starts to break down around here. But again, I think it's because I didn't put a primer. That's probably one of the reasons why, and also the finish of this foundation. I am going to point out that I do like the Beauty Blender applied better with this foundation than the buffing brush, just because of the fact that the Beauty Blender lay the foundation a lot better as far as making it look a little bit more seamless and natural and more airbrush than the buffing brush. So I feel like in this area where I apply the buffing brush, I feel like the coverage is a little bit thicker whereas with this one where I applied the beauty blender, the actual finish of it looks like skin, but better, you know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why I like the beauty blender better. I'm gonna tell you right now, for the 7.5-8 hours that I've been wearing this foundation, I feel like this is still a very good foundation. So it evens out the skin tone on your skin, but it's not flat, you know what I mean? Like some foundations, especially the matte foundations, they tend to make your face look flat where it doesn't have any dimension, but this does have that nice, it's not even dewy, it's more like your, like I said, like your skin, but better looking, you know, like it's more alive and youthful, I would say. Hey guys, I just wanted to get into this video real quick and tell you guys how this foundation is holding up with the primer. So I've been wearing this since 8:30 this morning and it's now 6:13 p.m. today. And again, as I expected, the foundation held up really nicely. So I do have a little bit of shininess on the T-zone area, but other than that, the foundation really didn't move. I still have a really great coverage. My skin looks actually really nice, like being that I've worn this for more than 8 hours, this actually looks really great. On my nose area, let me just zoom you real quick. So on my nose area yesterday, I did have a lot of blotchiness in there. As you can see, there is no blotchiness going on now. So I confirmed it that it's because I didn't really use primer before I applied this. But there's a little bit of redness peeking through on this side of my face, but nothing too serious. Also, my smiley lines, they're still there. We can't really do anything about it. It's gonna accentuate no matter what. But it doesn't feel like it's drying my skin, and it's not transferring into my clothes either, so that's a really good thing. So guys, $34 for a high-end foundation is absolutely amazing, because I know some foundations, they are what, $60, $70, even $100 now. They're coming out with foundations that are so ridiculously expensive. With this one, it's somewhat on the affordable side and it still has a great performance. So I absolutely would recommend this foundation just for that fact. I wanted to know what your favorite foundation is, and comment it down in the comment section, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!